We don't do client stuff anymore. Nope. Got my brother. He came in 3 or 4 days ago. Every time I talk to him, I'm like, we are in just the nicest, softest hands.
First time with the whole team. He comes in. He has a nice like slideshow and stuff.
Yeah, we've never done a slide deck at Clift ever.
I know, it was lovely seeing pictures of his family and stuff. And I'm like, whoa, that's cool. But at the end, he was, hold on, brain fart. Where'd I go? I lost with the slide deck. I'm coming, dude. I might have lost it. Well, it was no big deal.
It was good though. It was a good all hands.
Oh, here it is.
Yes.
So Lindy man, he basically shits on like deodorant and like body wash from a pump because he's like, nah, dude, like a bar of soap is Lindy as fuck. Like people didn't use deodorant back in the day. So I've been like not trying to not to use deodorant.
Oh yeah. Dude, I'll tell you what. I know exactly who doesn't use deodorant on the airplane. They stink.
Welcome to the Smart Nonsense Podcast, where we talk about smart nonsense. We're back at it again. Belky's been on the road. I've been shut down from the world tour. We don't do those together anymore.
You're coming in so hot, Pop.
Really?
I don't know
Oh,
if
I
it's
might
turning
have.
down.
I just for sure.
The hottest he's ever been.
I looked at my red ring of death bars, dude. It was peaked. Fuck, dude.
Welcome back, dude. February 29th. It's a leap year this year. Doing anything crazy on the 29th of February? Extra day?
What's today? Thursday?
It's definitely a short. Why do we got short?
Playing hockey, but we can't talk.
No, Pop.
About
So yes, I was in Europe. I went to Jardon's wedding. Jardon is our web developer, demandflow.co. Gorgeous wedding for a gorgeous man.
and if you're allowed to, and woman, I assume.
And woman. Actually, Simone. I can now name Simone because she is a subscriber to the Smart Nonsense newsletter. At the wedding, she said she really liked our edition on what it feels like to be shot. So
wow.
You can go
Nice,
subscribe to that at smartnonsense.com.
Dude, one of the problems, it's funny because I've self-designated myself as coach, self-designated myself as
Yes,
coach.
Sir.
I no longer manage. That's not my role. But what I'm coaching on is how to write good newsletters. And the newsletters that I like the least are the ones that people like the most.
So you're fired.
So I'm out of a job.
You're fired. That tends to happen.
Last week, dude, I spent a full ass day just editing and voiceovering a video of our hockey team, a highlight reel from the game before.
Nope. We don't talk about hockey on this podcast.
No, I'm just saying that's
you took a PTO
my unemployed life. Yeah, I didn't tell you about it, but I took a PTO day to edit my Dirds video. I'm also writing off like fucking $5,000. I just bought a whole bunch of new jerseys. My bad for hockey, dude. I bought a bunch of jerseys for the team. So we have like 10 extra jerseys that maybe we'll give to, I don't know, the team or something at some point. I just got a bunch of Dirds jerseys.
No, Pop.
That have partly been used.
No, barely on. Let's talk about the coaching though, because it sounds like that. It sounds like we might have found the right job for you. Which, dude, round of applause for
3
that.
years in.
How's that going? You texted me this morning. I was like, I saw a couple errors and things, and I was like, hey, I know that's my direct report. Like, do I need to go in and call these out, or did you handle it over the last week? You're like, no, dude, you stay out of there. You stay completely out. I'm the coach now.
I felt like you, dude. Yeah. When you shut me right out, it's like you don't want too many cooks in the kitchen. It's just one cook, and he's chefing it up. No, I felt I like this so far. We'll see if it lasts more than a week, but I have Loom Pro for $15 a month. Sick. And I just get on there and hoot and holler for 10, 15 minutes, just roasting positive and negative about emails, how to make them better.
How is our direct report feeling? Because it's now been 1 month. I
asked him how he's feeling, and he's like, I need some time to type this up. And I'm like, okay, that can't be good. We might be cooking them, microwaving them. I did actually. So one of my pieces of feedback, basically what happened was I'd go in and try and like rewrite the newsletter, but instead of spending like a couple hours on them like he does, I'd spend a couple days.
Oh,
so it'd just be completely unfair to compare our two emails. But I was trying to go for the perfect world. Basically, kind of cooked him because he's like, dude, that's going to take forever. I can't do that. Are you and Henry on the same page? Dialed it back. But I'm basically trying to teach him. I like coming up with little like, I don't know, like rules of thumb. I don't know what the word is, but like little like ways to remember things. And so my current one is sugar and medicine. Like a spoonful of sugar helps the medicine go down. I want our stuff to be more medicinal. Like we look at what it feels like to get shot. And it was basically like a gif of a bee stinging you over and over, which is cool. I guess I remember that. But like I want to learn a little bit about like the body's response, maybe some like anatomy, some I don't know, fucking immune system stuff. I don't know what else happens because it wasn't in the email. But add this medicine, like actually teach people stuff versus just like super sugary stuff that's like funny gifs and stories. But in the process, I kind of cooked him. I'm just like learning how to coach.
Again?
I mini cooked him. I cooked him a little bit, but I dialed it back pretty quick because he was mid cook, and I'm like, hey, dude, I can feel your temperature going up. Let's just put you right back in the fridge, and I'll come back and figure this out after. And he's like, I like that analogy.
Yeah.
It's really good.
Yeah.
So I'm figuring it out.
It's a really tough balance. It's a really tough. We've probably talked about this so much on the podcast too. It's like, what do you want in a manager? I'm probably more like let's just keep shipping and getting the momentum because it feels really good to be shipping. And you're a little bit more perfectionist, and you kind of need both. It's like really great to have both. I don't know what's going to be best for this kid's. He's like 20 years old. This is his first job. He's living with his parents. He's trying to get out of the house.
It's crazy that this qualifies as a job.
So yeah. And it's historically been the absolute hardest thing for us to hire, which is a writer.
Right, and he's crushing it.
And he's crushing it. So I'm like, please,
like,
for the love of God, don't cook this guy. Just give him the time and the space and the momentum, and we're gonna be all right. I've been loving the newsletters, just reading them from abroad.
No, me too. And that's what's really fun. Like the feedback loop that you have. So I think this is important because like most people really fuck up in their head. Like, hey, how do you give feedback? How do you like make something good? And like your whole process is just like, hey, get shit out in the world. And like after the facts, review it, look at it, and then just apply it going forward. I've always been like, hey, we're going Slack viral. Like we're gonna make this thing perfect in Slack before we release it to the world. And my way is fucked up. You just end up killing yourself.
You make great stuff, yeah, but everyone dies in the process.
Right. So it sucks. So you're like, Dylan, how about you just give feedback after the email goes out, and then you can both hit Reese on the writing side of things and the illustrators on the illustration side of things. And it's like two birds, one stone. Super happy world. The funny thing is, though, the last couple newsletters, I go in after the fact, which I've been loving. Like it's sweet to hit two birds, one stone. But I look and it's like insert video here, and it's just the fucking like link to the video. Like, wow, dude, well, that's a real perfection through iteration mindset right there, dude.
But so to be clear, Dylan's saying like there should have just been a GIF playing in or a video just playing in the email, and it was like from the rough draft, like the hyperlinks from the script. It was like video here.
It was like bracket, insert video, link to video. Like,
which should have never gone out like that. However, I was reading this on the plane and I was like, oh, that really sucks. Because it kind of destroys the entire rest of the newsletter.
Right. It was right at the start.
It was the second
what
thing.
The whole email is based off this video. But yeah, go on.
But it didn't matter. It literally like doesn't matter. If you care enough, you're gonna click the thing and you go and watch the video and it's there. Right. So I even on that case had to be like, you know what? The stakes are literally so low. Perfection through iteration. Right. Just now he will never make that mistake again, so long as the coach told him. And so that's. Like you got to just let people make mistakes.
The very next newsletter.
Oh, that one came out after with a backslash.
But yeah, with the backslash.
The backslash.
Just a random backslash in the middle.
It was funny because I was on I was on the plane and the Wi-Fi was so shitty, and that was the first one I opened with the backslash typo. So okay, for the listener, our
We'll have B-roll probably if you're watching on
sure.
YouTube.
Basically, instead of an image or a text, there was like 3 lines of space with just a backslash in the middle. Looks terrible. Because I was on the plane, I was like, I guess I'm just waiting for an image to load right there because my Wi-Fi is so bad. Eventually, my Wi-Fi caught up, and I was like, no, that's just a backslash.
That's just,
But perfection through iteration, really. Reese, we love you.
It's funny because you think the stakes are high because like each one of these emails goes out to 50,000 people, which is more people than most anyone will ever reach. Granted, we're kind of like anchored really high just from the views on shorts and stuff, but like that's been my big mentality shift. Is this is from you? Is like really doesn't matter. Just fucking.
There's always tomorrow.
Keep chugging, dude.
And in 20 years, no one will remember the backslash edition. It just like literally doesn't matter.
It's so counterintuitive. Like even like Andrew Wilkinson's team, for example, like kind of preemptively, they're like, "Hey, we're really perfectionist. Like we're gonna do a lot of revisions before it goes out." And now I'm like, it's like such a mindset shift, and it's taken me years to like really internalize this, and I still don't. Like that's why this still happens. So it's like it's just it's really difficult to do with other people as an agency. And I'm like, is it even worth the fucking challenge to try and do this? But most people operate this way. Plus
Not
ASAP too. That's another way that some clients have just been cooking people. And I'm
no, dude, we don't do client stuff anymore.
My bad.
Nope.
My bad. We're out.
Nope.
Who do we got?
Smart nonsense, guys. Got my brother. He came in 3 or 4 days ago.
Nice.
Remains to be seen, but just every time I talk to him, I'm like, we are in just the nicest, softest hands. The softest. He's right now meeting with every single person that clipped for 15 minutes. Like, would never do that in the course of my life. Wouldn't. Wouldn't. He's like, yeah, I just want them to get to know me. I'm like, that's how it should be. That's really how it should be. Among so many other things.
So you missed like his intro call, like his first time with the whole team. He comes in, he has a nice like slideshow and stuff, and I was supposed to like intro it.
Yeah, we've never done a slide deck at Clipped ever.
I know, it was lovely seeing pictures of his family and stuff, and I'm like, whoa, that's cool. But at the end, he was hold on, brain fart. Where'd I go? I lost the slide
Jack's
deck.
all hands.
I'm coming, dude. I might have lost it.
There's no rush.
Well, no, it was no big deal. Meeting with people.
It was good though. It was a good all hands.
Oh, here it is.
Yes.
So basically, we went from making everyone on the team contractors to employees.
Yes.
And it's funny because I was like, oh, nice, Jack. Like, well, they asked like how long it's gonna take, and he's like, yeah, like we're getting it implemented. It might be like 3 to 6 months before it actually happens. I'm like, oh, that's awesome, Jack. This thing that we thought was impossible when it was just me and Henry, you come in and it's like, bam, in 3 to 6 months we'll have it. He's like, well, really, it was like 24 hours for me to like figure it out. And I'm like, yeah, It was kind of you figured it out in a day, and
no, it's
kind of said it was impossible for years.
It was. I was talking to someone about this. Oh, this is just super inside baseball. But it wasn't that it was impossible. It's that the scope of our business was different. I don't even want to get into it. It's not that
we didn't know what our business was, so it's kind of fine.
The cool thing is we've kind of been in this like we made it from 0 to 1. We're now going from 1 to 10. So I've kind of been in this like, let's package things up. We need to have some systems and processes and software to like stop doing so much manual shit because it doesn't scale. One of those things was finding this company Deel, Deel, to basically just handle all of our people stuff. Payroll, HR, onboarding, invoicing, all of it. And so that's what's made it like infinitely easier to make people full-time employees is we don't have to track any of that crap internally. We don't have to set up a company in the Philippines. They do all of it. So just another little victory in the 1 to 10 front.
Yeah.
Um, hey, dude, question for you.
Oh.
Uh, oh my god. Dude, I saw the funniest fucking. We went to a comedy show in London.
Mhm.
This guy had the best crowd work I've ever seen in my entire
Really?
life. In my entire
Was he a
life.
Brit?
No, he was an American in Brit.
Whoa.
He was closing for. He was the fourth comic. First of all the comics were so good.
He's a no name? Just a rando?
No, he's not a no name. His name's Russell Hitt or Russell Hicks. One sec. And Russell, I think it's Hitt. Yes. No, dude. Hey.
Hey, all right.
Hey. Hey. He has a name.
Russell's good.
Russ. I did. Well, now looking it up, I'm not even sure it's Russell.
Well,
But hey.
memorable
So
set, not name.
anyway, he starts going up on stage, and there's a guy who's piss drunk, kind of crawling over the seat to come out right when he's going up on stage. And Russell, if that is his name, gets on stage and just immediately starts crowd working off of this guy who gets out. And I don't even want to take you through it because I know it's not funny. And I know it's not going to be funny because every time my girlfriend comes home from improv, she shares the entire night of improv. And I'm like, that's not funny for you to do because I wasn't there. But I just want to say, fantastic crowd work. And
for whoever the fuck that person was, fantastic crowd work.
Go see comedy. Go see live comedy. It's way funnier in person. That came up because I thought about how I asked you a question. So this was like an FAQ, which was part of his crowd work, which is how we got into this little rabbit hole we got ourselves in.
Do you have any other cool
Yeah. Well,
stories
so
from
my
Europe?
question for you was, have you been to the British Museum?
Dude, I was the one that was this a leading. What is this? I told you to go to it because I've been to it so many times.
Yeah, well, I forgot and I went to it. I forgot you told me to go to it and I went to it. Dude, I walk in. I'm diddling on my phone, texting whomever. I look up, motherfucking Rosetta Stone. Right there.
I was going to say Rosetta Stone, dude.
Right in front of my face. First thing I saw.
It's like, oh, that's her.
Next thing I saw, Sphinx. Next thing I saw, probably some Michelangelo. That place, I don't know how they acquired that stuff. It's unbelievable. Unbelievable. The breadth of like original stuff they have there. And it's not a very big museum. You can kind of just run through it quickly.
Well, that's why I kept going back because I'm like, literally everything is the craziest thing in the world.
Everything is something.
It's just like, well, I'm going to just hang out here forever.
The other really cool thing they do is because so many things from these time periods are like broken and whatnot, a lot of the displays were like kind of reconstructions of like the other half that was missing, which was just interesting. That's it pretty much.
Wow.
Dude, there was like an entire room there that was just like the what's it called? The Parthenon? Acropolis? Like, how did they get that? They had like the entire ceiling of the Parthenon.
We forget, dude, Britain was fucking sick back in the day. They just ran everything. I don't know, like, actually, what happened? Why'd they drop the ball? Because they were crushing it for
changing world order,
half
dude.
a millennium.
Here's something I was thinking about. You read the like Ray Dalio changing world order stuff, right? Basically, every empire lasts 200 to 400-ish years, and they always have a rise and fall. America, for the last however maybe 100 years, 200 years, has been on the rise, and it looks like we're now kind of coming over that peak, and we're falling to China. Historically, like Britain and France, they've fallen. They are now on the decline. But I'm like, these places seem fine. They seem A-okay to me.
Like even after the decline?
After, yeah. They got
not bad.
Rich culture. They're hanging. Beautiful cities. I'm like, it's going to be fine.
Yeah.
So that's something.
I want to talk about the accidental superpower one day on America because it's pretty good. Why we're sick. With the big
accidental
on side and
oh yeah. Yeah, you did that
book.
to me once. Something about the Mississippi and having bodies of water.
Yeah, dude.
Someday, dude. We'll do a
We
whole
got a lot of
episode.
fertile land and a big navigable river. It's a sick country. Great Britain dropped the ball. World War II, we came and clutched it up, dude. Good thing we smoked everybody and then just whatever we wanted after that. So that's cool, dude. I'm glad your Europe trip was good. I don't think I cooked Reese.
What else did I miss?
I don't. Oh, one thing, like, I just love learning, dude. I love learning. Like, so, okay, I was kind of thinking about this. So, okay, a couple shorts recently, because I'm taking, basically Reese tees up a really sick email. And we take that email and we turn it into a short, which is not much effort at all. Like, it's the easiest thing in the world. It's lovely. I'm loving it.
Right. To be clear, we basically got like a researcher, outliner, and writer kind of all in one.
Right.
Which is great for it. Just simplified everything.
Talk to a camera for 2 minutes.
Yeah.
So that's our only job now. But basically, it frees up a lot of time to either do more shorts or, in my case, go deeper on each short.
Oh, no.
So
yes and no, really.
Well,
yes and no, because I know you're going to cook yourself.
I do cook myself, but here's the thing. I'm learning about my own internal cooking temperatures and such. I find that as long as I get a couple shorts done, now I've like checked the boxes and I can go as deep as I want on any of them. The problem is when I get to the first short and I get really excited about soap, and now I'm back in like how medieval soap was made, and I'm like, oh, how'd I get here? And then I just spent 6 hours learning about soap or electric eels. And dude, the thing
you sent me a meme. It was like that classic the wife and the guy are laying in bed and the wife's like, I wonder what he's thinking about, and the guy's turned on his side away from her, and this one was like, before electricity, what did we call electric eels? Dude, and that's how the spiral starts.
It does. Well, here's the thing, because now I'm like, all right, well, what is electricity?
Oh no. And that's a different short. Just write it down and finish the eel short.
Right. Well, I'm learning to do that. But when it's in the moment and inspiration strikes, dude, you just want to keep going. And now dude, like electricity, it's talking about like it'll pump like positive ions out of the cell. So it's like largely negative inside the cell. And that's a battery. I'm like, why the fuck is that a battery? And I guess there are like more electrons here. And so they want to flow this way. And there's like I don't know. I'm just like, I basically had to go back and learn like what are cations and anions and how do they form and like why are certain elements more easily ions.
The funny thing is you didn't. You didn't. But you did.
But I did.
Which,
but it's cool. No,
oops, I like it. You did one short. Reason
why I'm here
instead of 6.
I know, but it might turn into 6 at some point. But like, it's cool to me because I remember in chemistry class, I'm like, what the fuck is the point of me learning about cations? And it was like just purely memorizing like, oh, this is the valence electron, so they want to pop off and then it makes it an ion. And I'm like, okay, that's a thing I'll memorize. But now I'm like, hey, let me take this electric eel, and now in order to learn how that works, I need to know what the fuck a cation is. And now it's like, dude, everything just like fits into each other so snugly. So I'm like happily going into Khan Academy and learning all about ions.
Oh. And that's because school was rote memorization, which is the reason I remember that cations are positive.
Yeah, that's what one of the videos said. And I was like, fuck.
Right.
But yeah, it's just fun. It's really fun. And like soap too. I never knew how soap worked.
Yeah.
One, it's like crazy. Like soap is just taking like, you take ash from a fire and then you take like animal fat, like two things that are everywhere, and you basically smash them together and you make soap. Like, well, granted, like you don't really smash them together, but like you basically you want to get like the alkaline shit out of the. I don't even know what alkaline means, so I just gotta like keep
Uh-oh.
researching. But basically, you put water in the ash, and you take like that ashy water, and then you put the fat in that and like boil it all together, and it makes soap. But it's just like soap's so simple to make. I never knew what made it up. And it's just like this little fatty acid with like the head likes water and the tail doesn't like water. So when you put soap on your hands and there's water, it's like the tail, which doesn't like the water, that sticks to all the germs and stuff. And then the part that does like water, now you're like stuck on both ends and it just pulls the germs right off your hand as you're like mixing it all together. And so it doesn't
Incredible.
even kill the germs, dude. I thought it always
No.
killed the germs.
Yeah.
It's just like fucking hugging them and then getting dragged off by the water when you rub your hands.
That's
like,
why. Yeah. That's why it's so good at like removing oil. I didn't ever know how it works specifically, but I did know it's not killing 99% of germs, maybe like hand sanitizer does. It's just grabbing stuff and basically removing it. It's grabbing stuff so the water can just flush it off your
right. Which
whatever
I always
surface.
thought it killed shit. And so now anytime like one dude mixing oh fuck, so many different rabbit holes here. Mixing like a couple different areas. So Lindy Man, he basically talks about like how long something's been around is like how long it's basically like the test of time is really sick. So like try and use
dude, the amount of time Lindy Man has been in your life, looking every increasingly night, good for Lindy Man.
Oh yeah. It's very Lindy. But he basically shits on like deodorant and like body wash from a pump because he's like, nah, dude, like a bar of soap is Lindy as fuck, and deodorant and like cologne. Like people didn't use deodorant back in the day, so I've been like not trying to not to use deodorant.
Oh yeah, dude, I'll tell you what. I know exactly who doesn't use deodorant on the airplane. They stink. Well, full stop.
In my head, though, now I'm now washing my armpits a lot longer because I'm like, I got to get all these molecules to hit the oils and the germs. So like my shorts are mixing with Lindy Man in real life. I don't know if it's working. My last girlfriend, she wouldn't use deodorant and she smelled lovely. But I think I just sweat too much, so the body.
Oh, you know that's a short,
I don't think it works,
which is I think. Don't quote me on this. I haven't written the short, but I'm pretty sure normal like sweat doesn't smell at all. So that could be what was happening there. Anxious sweat, like sweat from fear, like whatever, is the stinky stuff. I don't know why. I heard that somewhere, and it checks out for me at least.
Well,
stinky binky.
Isn't the stinkiness just like bacteria that's like shitting or dying?
Yeah, so maybe if you're stressed, you're warmer, so the bacteria can
grow. Run hot. Yeah.
This is
that's why I've just changed my armpit soaping from like 5 seconds to 30 seconds just to see how that does, because I want to make sure the mix is really good, coats all of them germs. So that's cool.
29 minutes, had to cut it.